Hello everyone, welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix. So it is of course then the famous Spa circuit for round 13 of my career mode in my Man Mercedes car. And pretty successful race last time out. Skip this bit if you don't want to know the result, but you should have watched it by now. I managed to win, which still not quite over. I mean, I recorded this some time ago, recorded the commentary a couple of days ago, and still not quite over it. But yeah, anyway, we're going to try and match that result here, but I think we'll need a bit of luck, that's for sure. But although that being said, Spa is known for its wet weather, so we might have half a chance. And also, it's got very long straights, which our car seems to be very good at, as we've upgraded it quite a bit. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. And again, fingers crossed we can match that result, but easy said and done. Now let's have a look then. So we've got an engine power upgrade coming at the next race, and unfortunately, once again, I've forgotten to check my previous updates on my previous race. Sorry about that. And look at the right hand side, we are still the 5th fastest team, but looks like Force India have closed in massively. It must have had a good few updates compared to the previous race, but we have got a good update coming for the next race, so that should help us quite a bit. Now, this is wet quality then, by the looks of it. It is intermediates, and it is started drying up. You can see there's no rain coming down now. It is drying track, but it's not dry enough for slicks. And I've already set a 2 minute 2.001, and that's good enough for P6, so pretty good pace already, really. And Verstappen's currently on pole, and we're immediately up. Look at that, and just already, before we can get to the apex, we're over 3 tenths up. So really, you can tell what massive difference this drying track is making. You see, I was quite close to the limit in terms of if I could make it around the track there. And I've lost a little bit of time on the exit there, though. And just coming through Rouge now, big lift, but we can be a lot more aggressive than we were previous lap. And look at that timer on the top right, the delta really just surging up now. And going to be over 7 tenths. We really managed to nail our Rouge really nicely there. And into the first sector now. We are purple. We're fastest of anyone. 1.1 up by looks on the Max Verstappen. I don't know if that's accurate on the top left there, but of course he will be probably quicker than us in the middle sector here, so it won't be quite that far much, I wouldn't have thought, but that's a good start to the lap, certainly. Now we're over a second up, so again, this drying track seems to really be helping us. And we're just gaining time, hand over fist, all round. I'm really pushing now. I'm in P6 already. I've got a half decent bank lap in. But I certainly want to move up the grid, and well, if you can finish it here, 1.1 up, that's a good chunk. 1.2 up, going to be 1.3 up, so just gaining time, hand over fist everywhere. There is a car up ahead, it is a Haas, and hopefully he doesn't quite get away. I think he's on a quali lap. That was pretty nice there. You want to bring it back nice and tight there, which I've done really nicely. 1.5 up now, going to be 1.6 up, I expect, when we hit the brakes for this next corner. I know we lose a little bit of time on the brakes, but probably gain on the apex. No, actually, we don't actually gain any time at all through here, interestingly. And gain a little bit on the exit there. Up to 1.6 seconds now. We've got Gutierrez just ahead. He's only P22, so he's quite slow. He might give us a bit of slipstream actually there down this long back straight, but he also might cost some time. We're still purple. We're still half a second off Max Verstappen. All we've got left is a very long back straights then. And 1.8 up near enough now on our previous time, but we are going to get a little bit of slipstream, which is going to help us. But this next corner, Blanchimont, is it? It's not flat. And big lift there, take the curve. That was nice, though. We took that pretty much as good as we can. Bit of slipstream, so I'm going to have to go up the inside of Gutierrez here. He's going to try and challenge us on the outside, which is not helping. Bit of locking the tyres there. Managed to hit our apex nicely, 2.2 up. Coming with 2.4 up, 2.3 up. It's going down again. Pretty good exit. 2.2 up is going to be 2.2 up on previous. Is that good enough for pole? I think that was purple. I think it is. Let's wait for confirmation. Yes, it is then. It's good enough for P1 on the grid. So, well, that's that's actually improved on our previous race. We qualified P4, started P3 in the last race. We've actually managed to bang it in pole at Spa, and 6 tenths up on Verstappen and Ricciardo in the end then. And wow, only man under the 2 minute barrier. And I've certainly taken a teammate down in P11, 2.9 off our pace then. So they really are quite slow in intermediate conditions. And I can tell you, it is a fully dry race. You can see that's my strategy. So I'm actually going to just take a bit of a risk. I think if I just go copy their strategy, I'll have a very difficult time of it. So I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to start on the softs and end on the super softs. Of course, we get free tyre choice as we qualified on intermediates. And looks like the tyre isn't too bad. We're going to be about 50% tyre wear at the end of both stints, which is about what you want. And I am taking a bit of a risk here. But we'll see how it plays out. So anyway, we're on the grid now. 4 lights, 5 lights, clutch in, revs up. Clutch out and away we go then. Quite a long wait on the lights there. Just trying to minimise what's been doing. Getting a pretty good start. Better start on the cars behind me, but equal to Max Verstappen on my left there. Braking relatively cautious into the first turn. Really nailing my apex there. And trying to go exit now. Got on a rich mixture. Looks like Nico Rosberg's going to challenge back Verstappen. I'm actually using my my wit here and trying to give Max Verstappen some slipstream, not Nico Rosberg, because I know if they're side by side through a Rouge, they'll be incredibly slow. Wow, big snap of oversteer up through a Rouge though. Just clip the grass, and that causes almost opposite lock. We're talking about probably 180 miles an hour up through a Rouge, and that is not what you want to be doing. And it's looking like they're still battling behind them. Looks like Ricciardo's surging through the field. Or is it Bottas? Bottas is very close to Rosberg. I think they're still side by side. We're already 2.2 seconds up after one straight then. just because they've been battling. It looks like it's Bottas and Rosberg are still battling. We're hoping Bottas comes out on top, and he does indeed. And that's exactly what we need, because Bottas is going to be a lot slower than Nico Rosberg. So that should help us greatly. And I'm just really pushing now. As we know, I started on the soft tyres. That's an alternative strategy. Most of the guys behind me, you can see, are on super softs in the top left there. So that's really beneficial, especially with this gap. We need to really push now. We need to hope that they continue battling and slow each other down, and really just push as hard as we can so that they're not battling us, because I expect they'll come straight past. And we don't need to worry too much, but what we need to do, their tyres are going to wear a lot faster than ours, of course. So we need to try and get a bit of a gap so that the minute their tyres will be faster than ours, but in maybe 2 or 3 laps time, their tyres will be quite a lot more worn than ours and probably won't be faster than us. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to maintain that gap for the first couple of laps when they're certainly going to be quicker than me. Already 2.4 seconds up then at the end of the second sector, with a car behind that is faster than us, but certainly not anywhere near as fast as the Mercedes car. And you see me just actually doing pretty well. This is also, I didn't restart at all in this race. I do sometimes have to do some restarts in this career mode when the AI do silly things in the first turn. I know at Silverstone, for example, they really slowed down excessively for the first corner and caught me out. And I lost with my front wing, and that's just ridiculous with how much they were slowing down. So sometimes I do some restarts, but didn't need any at all. And of course, you don't get any warm-up in Formula 1, so I've gone straight from wet weather to full slick tyres in the dry. So quite a big grip difference, and really nice for a Rouge there, just minimising the drag on the tyres on the car. And let's have a look on the minimap. Bottas got a little gap to Rosberg then, so it looks like they're not going to be battling in the minute. And Bottas will almost certainly be faster than us. We're actually purple in the first sector, unsurprisingly, as it's the second lap. 2.6 seconds to Bottas. I tell you what, we were 2.4 at the end of the second sector. The last couple of sectors, we're quicker. The last sector in the first sector, we're quicker than Bottas at the minute. So, and of course, the Williams is a very quick car in a straight line. So it'll be interesting to see how much he gained on us in his middle sector as he's not battling. So it was 2.6, I think it was, wasn't it? So we'll see if that comes down at all. And again, just still pushing really hard. I want to just try and maintain that gap. When their tyres fall away, you see I'm not even on 10% tyre wear yet, which I know it's only the second lap, but these are very long laps. I expect they'll be on closing in on 20% tyre, I'd imagine. Somewhere around there, at least 15%, so quite a bit more worn than me already. And let's see then, coming towards the end of the second sector now, really near my apexes here. I've been pretty consistent, pretty decent couple of laps. And 1.8 seconds then, so he has gained, well, he's gained near enough a second on me, hasn't he? So 0.8 of a second he's gained on me in that middle sector. And I wouldn't have thought we'd be able to get that back out again in the next couple of sectors. But he's not that much quicker than us. He is definitely quicker than us. But overall, I'd say he's probably about between 4 and 6 tenths quicker than us, which isn't substantial. I might be able to hold him off until his tyres start dying, you know. I might just be able to do that. So coming into lap 3 then, 1.7. Bottas has a 1 minute 49.2. I did a 49.9, so I was round about right then. So about 7 tenths of a second. He's quicker than me, somewhere around that. And just seeing the mirrors now, so he's certainly closing in. We skip ahead now into lap 5, and you see he still hasn't managed to close in on me. Not a lot really happened in those laps. I just managed to pull out slightly on the cars behind. Nico Rosberg has now pitted. I expect the rest will pit at the end of this lap, and I managed to maintain the gap again to help a lot with tyre wear. But of course, I'm not pitting yet. They are going to be a lot quicker than me on the brand new soft tyres. My only hope really is if they get held up by traffic. Again, I've taken an alternative approach to the strategy, just in the hope of getting another race win, because I think super softs I probably would have suffered. And Lewis Hamilton's actually out of the race then. Looking at the minimap, that's happened down the long straight again. I don't know the corner names. I should know the corner names. But actually, safety car's deployed then. Safety car is deployed now. That affects our race massively. We're the leading car, and we had a bit of a gap. So this could affect us massively. Now, what do? Do we pit at the end of this lap? Well, I can tell you that we do. And slightly strange edge thing there. Probably should have shown the pit stop, but I didn't. We did pit at the end of that lap. And that meant that, and also as did everybody else. And they all went to the soft tyres. Of course, we went to the super soft tyres. So we have now got tyres that are equally as worn as the car behind. We've only got 3 laps left to go. After this lap, we'll have 3 entire laps left to go. And that means that we don't have to worry about tyre wear at all. And we're on the faster tyre than the car behind. Now, we're probably about 6, I don't know the exact tyre delta between the two compounds, but we're probably 6 to 8 tenths quicker. They're probably 6 to 8 tenths slower. Now, theoretically, that means we can pull away. But that's of Valtteri Bottas. Now, if Rosberg gets past quickly, if I can get my words together, then we could be in a bit of trouble. But for now, this is actually my first safety car restart from the lead of the race. And you see, just catching me out slightly, just suddenly released the limiter. Luckily, we're still on the yellow flag there, no green flag, otherwise I might have got overtaken, which would have been a bit of a disaster. Now, we've managed to navigate the restart nicely. And a little bit of a gap already to the Williams behind. Let's have a look then. I'm not sure, someone had an issue with their car. Didn't quite hear it was. We've already got a bit of a gap then. And already near enough a second a gap then. Of course, we don't get DRS for another couple of laps yet. And again, I just need to push now. I really, really need to push now. And this isn't pushing for a gap for the meantime. This is pushing for the race win. This is pushing that I should now have the pace to win this race. Theoretically, I should be able to push with these softer tyres and win the race from here on pure pace alone. A little bit of help from the safety car, of course, to help my strategy out. But I did take a risk, and my risk has paid off. We've got 2.2 laps of fuel spare, so we can probably go right till the end. So no concerns over fuel either. And we're already 2 tenths up on the on our previous best lap, and purple as well. And Bottas actually managed to close us down slightly. Probably got a bit of a slipstream down the long back straight. This is a sector where theoretically we should be able to pull a bit of a gap. And again, I am really pushing now. I know that if I can shake the slipstream, shake the DRS, I probably can pull away, and that'll be race win. But I need to do that. In a minute, they're getting lots of slipstream off me. And of course, they will get the DRS in a couple of laps' time, so I really need to push now. Use all of the available grip in the tyres, and that was a really nice corner. That's pretty much perfect of what you want to do there, through there. And just getting a bit more of a gap here, not quite sure of the time. They're probably more like 1.2 seconds, I'd say, at the minute. And just all these corners where I've got more grip than them with my tyres is helping me every single corner. And one more corner to go before we get a sector split. What is the gap going to be? What is the gap going to be? It is, we're 1.2 up, and it's 1.3 seconds then, so we managed to break the slipstream and the DRS already. And again, we just need to continue pushing now. We really need to push hard just to make sure we got a bit of a barrier, bit of a buffer to the car behind. I don't want to be him. I don't want him being all over me just after one small mistake. So I really do need to push, and Nico Rosberg is all over him by the looks of it there, but not quite battling at the minute. And just still trying to adapt to this having extra grip. I'm not used to it, still used to my worn soft tyres. And brand new super softs is bit different, and we managed to go purple unsurprisingly. 1 minute 48.4 then, 1.3 up on our previous lap, and 1.5 to Bottas now then, so we are pulling away every single sector. We've managed to pull out the gap bit by bit, and we're currently at lap 10 then. We're going to skip ahead to the end of lap 10 on to lap 11. This is the final lap of the race. We managed to get a make that a 3-second gap. It's Nico Rosberg behind, actually. It is Nico Rosberg behind, but that's a 3-second gap. He can't be 3 seconds a lap quicker than me, surely. I'm not too sure on my tyre wear at the minute, but again, the tyre life should be fine. We only had three laps to push on these tyres, which should be more than fine. And we've still got Rich right to them. There we go, 20% tyre wear only, so we can still push it like they're qualifying laps now. We really can. And but we don't need quali laps. We need quali lap. We don't even need a quali lap. We need an average lap. And the gap change there scared me slightly. Bottas actually managed to get past Nico Rosberg, which will probably help slightly in the championship. Bottas, of course, is the driver just ahead of us. And still a nice big gap. I didn't quite catch the gap, unfortunately. I was too busy talking about an overtake happening. And, well, we're looking like 2 wins in a row here. I know it's the last lap. I still don't really want to jinx it, because anything could happen. We could have a failure. We could have a puncture. Well, puncture's pretty unlikely. We could have an engine failure. We could make big mistakes and have a spin, or anything silly like that. Anything could happen. Looks like they're having a big battle behind, look. And Bottas is currently still in P2. And it'll probably do me a few favours if Bottas stays in P2 again, just for the championship. Pretty distant hopes, but we're looking at 2 wins in a row here, and if we can keep that sort of form up, we might have half a chance at the championship, you know. And 4th minutes down on my best lap, but that's actually pretty good considering that's a couple of laps ago. And look at this. This is the last sector. This is it. This is it. One more corner to go, really. I believe this next corner is flat, even race trim. It absolutely is. One more chicane to go. One more chicane to go for us to take our 2nd victory in a row in our 1st season in a Manor car that is not quick enough for wins theoretically. And looks like Bottas is going to retain P2 then. We come across the line to take our 2nd win in a row in a manner that is absolutely not what I expected. The first win was pretty unexpected. The 2nd win was extremely unexpected. I did not expect that. And here we go. Let's have a look at the podium then. There's me taking the top step once again. Bottas in P2, Rosberg in P3. There's my car then, which is not as good as the cars around me. But my risky strategy has paid off. Again, it was a bit of luck, but I took the risk. I took that risk. And I had a half-decent pace on softs so that they weren't able to overtake me too quickly. And then had good enough pace on the super softs to pull away and take the victory comfortably. I tell you what, not once was a car side by side from me, to me that entire race. I led it from start to finish, and not once did a car even challenge me in that race. Hence the video being a little bit short. 3.5 seconds at the end there. Bottas does take P2, Rosberg P3, and Pascal Wehrlein takes another couple of points then down in P9. Managed to beat a Ferrari just behind a Williams. That's a good result for him. That's certainly a good result, and he was 49.5 fastest lap. We were quite a way up on that, but he probably used a different strategy. And look at that then. So we do move ahead of Valtteri Bottas, and I've just realised every time we've won a race so far, I know we've only won 2, but Bottas has finished second. Let's see if that continues, if we win any more races. And we're actually on even points to Bottas, but on count on the fact that we've won 2 races, we're actually managing to be slightly ahead of him. 84 points to the leader. Wow. And that's what I mean by I think we need a bit of luck to get anywhere near that championship. But again, I tell you what, if we keep up that form, that we're only halfway through the season, there is half a chance of the championship still. Let's just keep that in the back of our minds over the next couple of races. If we can continue the winning streak, we might have half a chance. Now, there's the constructors then, 102 points now, 250 back from the leader. We might be able to take Williams, but I wouldn't have thought we'd be able to get the next 3. And that's about it for this video then. And well, I believe it's Monza next off the top of my head. Let's see if we can have a similar result there, which would be some achievement to get 3 in a row. And I thank you for watching. Bye-bye.